teach one to think intensively and to think creatively. Intelligence plus character. That is the goal of true education. I absolutely agree these lines by Martin Luther King Jr. The fruit of an education lies not only in one's ability to read or write, but equally in utilization of one's knowledge in various aspects of their lives. A very good afternoon everyone, respected chief guest, guest of honor, judges and all the dignitaries and the fellow participants. Myself Shrijan Pradhan from West Point Senior Secondary School. Today I am going to tell the second part of my first story, Gautam to Gautam. In my first story, I wrote about a tragic life of a transgender woman who faced humiliation, prejudice and bias. So here I begin. The topic of my story is Gautam to Gautami part 2nd. Gautam, a transgender Dalit woman, jumped into the river to put an end to her life. Fortunately, with the grace of Mother Earth, she didn't die. Maybe Mother Earth wanted her to leave. She was discovered by a farmer on this riverside and was taken to the hospital. When she opened her eyes, she was in the hospital lying on the bed. She was surrounded by doctors and nurses. They were sure that she had attempted suicide because this was not the first case. She was not injured much. Her left hand was broken and had some scratches on her face. She pleaded with the doctors to let her go, but the doctors didn't allow her because they feared that she would attempt suicide again. The doctors and counselors calmly asked the reason behind her suicide attempt and assured that they will help her. At first, Gautami hesitated and did not want to take anything, but at the end, she broke into tears and said, "I was abandoned by my family at the age of 16 because of my gender. After that, I joined the transgender community. Since I wanted to study, they admitted me in the school and bore all my study expenses. I completed my master's degree in business administration. In spite of me being capable, I am unable to get a job because our society still thinks that transgenders are meant to clap their hands in the street and beg. Since I was unable to get myself hired, even as a sweeper, I was compelled to clap hands and beg. Moreover, as the amount collected by begging was not enough, I was also compelled to do sex work. To meet the end of the day, transgenders are humiliated, prejudiced and biased by the society. We have no way to earn except begging and sex work. Today, I tested HIV positive. I got removed from my community because they feared that I will transmit HIV to them. I am fed up of my life. I don't want to live anymore." After hearing her tragic life story, doctors decided to counsel her entire community. So they called them in the hospital. Once they arrived, they were requested to sit in the hospital hall. After a few minutes, the doctors of mental health, HIV/AIDS arrived with the counselors and Gautami. They sat in front of chairs facing the members. After seeing Gautami, the transgender women quickly covered their mouth with the dupatta of their sari and started gossiping. The doctor said, "Today, we have called you all for a counseling. We had come to know that you people removed Gautami from your community just because she is infected with HIV. HIV is a disease which does not spread easily if provided with proper treatment, healthy food, and most importantly, love and care. We can save the patient's life." One of the transgenders stood up and said, "We can't live with her anymore. She has AIDS. If she lives with us, we will also get AIDS." The counselor replied, "AIDS is the final most severe stage of HIV. She is only infected with HIV. It does not mean that she has AIDS. If she keeps healthy, she may live as long as we do. HIV is the virus which destroys the body's immunity system. People die of AIDS because of the disease and infections they get that the body can't fight. HIV lives in people's body fluids like blood, genital fluids and breast milk. They can look healthy for a long time." The other transgender stood up and said, "If she needs our love and care and support at this time, we have no obligation. But we want to touch anything that she touches or uses, like the toilet, chair, furniture, and not even her." The counselor replied, "You are wrong. People can't get HIV by touching, hugging, sharing utensils and food, sleeping on the same bed, etc. It's not passed by casual contact. So living with Gautami is not a problem. Do you people know that people only get HIV from unsafe sex, using infected needles, from infected blood transfusion, also from mother to child during pregnancy? After knowing the fact, everybody realized that they were wrong and have to give love, care and support to Gautami. The leader of the community stood up and thanked the doctors and counselors for removing the cloth from their eyes. All of them agreed to give shelter and they were no more afraid of Gautami. While everyone was leaving, the counselor said to them that we should not discriminate against people living with HIV/AIDS. They need our love and support. Also, we must remember that being HIV positive does not mean that one has AIDS. All of the transgenders thanked the doctors and counselors and said goodbye and went to their way. At night, Gautami couldn't sleep. She went outside and sat in the corridor. She was still not happy because she had no way to earn money. With her eyes filled with tears, she gazed at the sky, where she saw the bright full moon giving light to the people during night time. And she thought maybe Mother Earth wanted her to become a moon in the dark lives of transgenders and show them the correct path as moon does. Just like after every night, day arrives, after heavy rain, sunrise, likewise, good days will arrive in her life. Gautami got a hope from the nature provided to us by Mother Earth. She wondered how beautiful our Mother Earth is. Despite human beings exploiting her and polluting her, she never harms us. She never discriminates against anyone and allows everybody to grow on her lap. She thought that Mother Earth has made her for some purpose. That's why she saved her in the river. Gautami also learns a lesson after seeing the bounty of Mother Earth that just if one opportunity is gone, that does not mean that life is over. Because there will be so many opportunities in life. Because life is bountiful like Mother Earth. After getting inspiration from Mother Earth, she promised that she will move forward in her life like a river and flow towards her destination no matter how many hurdles and obstacles come to her way. She decided to open a papad factory by collecting some amount from her community and borrowing some loan. She had an idea of making papad because she learned it during her college days. The very next day, she told her plan to her community members. All of them agreed with her and became happy because if the business went good, they don't have to do work they dislike. She collected money from her community and borrowed loan. She purchased all the necessary materials needed and placed it in their room itself. She started her business in the name Gautami. Her business turned out to be a huge success. The conditions were improved. They didn't have to rely on prostitution and begging. Gautami was now capable of building her own separate factory. There were only transgender efforts. One day a beautiful woman came to the factory in search of a job. She was wearing a worn-out clothes. She was very skinny and had a small child on her hand. She pleaded Gautami to hire her. Seeing her condition, Gautami agreed to give her work of a sweeper, though it was not necessary because she already had one. When she asked her name, she realized that she was her classmate during school days who teased her saying Hijana, Chamka, Kali and Dani. But still, she didn't hesitate to give her job because she was in need. After reaching her office, she smiled at the realization that education is the key because of which any marginalized community or class will be accepted and appreciated by the people in mainstream, no matter in which caste, gender, race or any other social differences you belong to. If we study hard, work hard and make progress, we can throw out all the indignities. Education is the tool to get one past the narrow prejudices and biases in society down upon Gautami. As we know, success is contagious and naturally seeing Gautami triumphant despite all odds in life, be it to gender abuse or fight against HIV, the other restrictions imposed by this society on her. The success that she made out of her life continues to inspire many. Her story exemplifies a bold step, one which promises a more tolerant and inclusive society in the days to come. Thank you all.